Wait, this is actually goats? Wait, sorry, stop. There's no 2-2-2 lock in capture the flag? What? Okay, so yeah, you better darn hard flank, otherwise you're gonna get rolled. So like against this comp, you're gonna want to hard flank, but like you're gonna have to run if they come after you, and hope that your McCree, your Farah, etc. spam them enough in the back. Yo, that's crazy. All right, Hawk is tough into goats because you can't really hook in one shot really anybody. Moira can be, well, Moira you can, but Moira's got fade, Lucia's speed, Briggs got shield and bash, Reinhardt obviously no, Zarya obviously no, Diva's got matrix or everything. It's gonna be rough. So like, this is what we don't like. This is what we don't like. So first off, I don't know where the flag is. Where is the flag? Okay, so the flag is back here. Right. So I don't like this because you're directly running into a composition where you're not going to. So not only are you playing with your main, which we've harped on over and over again with the review we just did, but you're playing on your main against a composition that is absolutely abysmal. Now, maybe, obviously you don't know that they're gonna roll out in goats, right? You don't know that, but this is just a good exaggeration of why you don't do this, because the threat of them rolling out in a comp that brawls with is really high. Whereas you could go here, you'd be a little slower, yes, and this is a lot more valuable. Like, heck, you could just go capture the flag, man. Like, nothing's stopping you, you know? So this is where Hog is worth the least, is right where you are right now. Like, how do you get value to hook right here? How do you get value to hook? Honestly, tell me. Like, unironically, how do you get value to hook? Think about that. What are you gonna do? You hook anybody to get matrix bubbled, bashed, healed up. You hook them in, they're running towards you anyway. They don't care. They're W king at you, and meanwhile you're just instantly dead. Like, this is just atrocious. Not good. You ease forced already. Who cares? Like, what are you doing here? And now you guys should die. You guys somehow don't die. So thankfully you guys roll out in pharmacy, which is really, really good against goats because you can split really hard and put out a lot of damage. But like, again, before this fight has started, you can unironically look at the situation and say, you have done nothing. You have done nothing. You have created no pressure. You have created no space. You have not done any spam. You have done nothing. Look at their HP pools. You have done nothing. Nothing. You have landed a hook and you have done nothing. Nothing. Now, ironically, what's going to start happening is as this fight gets messy, just like with the Ash VOD that we just went over, as this fight gets messy and stuff starts to spread out, you will start to become more lethal. But my problem with that is because you're not doing it consciously, it's just happening accidentally. I hate that. I don't want you to make decisions that are accidentally good. You're not even making a decision, it's just happening. I want you to consciously pursue something so that you could start from the get-go providing value. Like, you guys could have already, really should have already lost this fight if they had not choked up on getting kills. It's really bothersome to me. We need to make good decisions. Then you can get credit for doing good things. Okay, now, you're, again, James Bond on a mission. And your job isn't just to land hooks. If you land a hook, great. That's great. Get kills, brilliant. But even if you screw it up and you don't get a lot done, it doesn't matter. As long as you're scaring people, distracting people, causing threat, they chase you, they bother you, then that's more attention taken away from your team. That's what you want to do. That's how you create space as Hog. Is you bait, spam, and focus and attention towards you. You survive. You threaten people while you're doing it. And that's the thing. Is like hook is what makes them look at you. If Roadhog didn't have hook, he couldn't create space because Roadhog's nothing. I don't care about him. He does like nothing. You know, his damage is really low, right? But as soon as you're on the flank, oh shoot, we get hooked. We got to look at this guy, right? And then now that's people that are not looking at your main. That's not looking at your backline. That's how you create space. You're a space creator / defender of your team by being scary. Nobody, because if they ignore you, you just kill them. Okay, so chat. Again, this is a circumstance where I would unironically prefer you to take not the shortest path. So what is it about like electric current? It always takes the shortest path or whatever. or whatever the thing. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've had a science class, but like for you, you are ironically the person that will sometimes take a longer path on purpose, path of least resistance. That's what I'm looking for. So it's not always, okay, so here you go. Maybe there's a science example in this. So you scientists or smart kids in class, let me know. So the path of least resistance for you isn't always the shortest path. For you, that means no main. That means what I would want you to do now is, even though the flag is this direction, right? Your job would actually be to go, I'm gonna split off here and go up through here. Or I'm gonna split off here and go up through here and scout things out. And if I see the fight happening here, I just keep going, and I start shooting in the back. Or I can come up through here and go through here. But if I go through main, yes, it's the fastest path. Least resistant doesn't mean shortest distance. So there you go. Overwatch is the science. So right now, the shortest path is also the one that has the most resistance. So it's not the best path to use. Sick. I love when I can find stuff. I've been reading a lot of sports books recently, and the amount of like parallels with Overwatch is just phenomenal. It's so exciting. I'm a big sports nerd when it comes to, like, I love sports. So this right here is the best thing that you could be doing. Now, the only thing you have to be careful about, the one thing you have to be careful about with hog flanking, what do you have to pay attention to, chat? Now, I'm sure you guys will come up with a lot of different answers because I'm not really specifying here, but can anybody especially who's seen my stream, what is the one thing that I'm worried about / a hog has to be concerned about when you take flanks or angles? You have to look at what? What do you have to be aware of? Timing. Yeah, exactly. Dragonfly. Timing and placement. So in other words, my concern here is that I'm glad that you're doing this, but you need to hurry because the fight is starting and you're not on the flank. In addition, I'm concerned that you're going to flank and then find out that the fight is no longer where you flanked. It is passed on, which is why hog flanking is a little tricky because you need to do it, but you need to do it where the fight is actually happening and not end up in Narnia. And you need to do it and be there like when the fight's starting as quickly as you can. Because right now the concern is that, like, oh no, you're gonna go on a flank, which is good, but you're gonna get there too late, or you might be there way behind where the fight is actually starting. So this is why flanking is not just good enough. You have to have context with where you're going. So let's see if we get there in time. Because if this team just W keys into your Zarya, it would have been better for you to play here than to play all the way behind. Okay, so looks like you guys grab, so you guys are able to slow them down, so maybe this actually works out. No. Not only, well, yeah, this just isn't it. It's just not it. Like, I don't have to tell you why this isn't it, right? She's got 483 HP. Just shoot. It's okay. Like, you're not in a rush to, like, oh no, they're on the flank. Oh no, I have to hurry. No, just shoot her, you know? Again, even if you don't get the pick, you're still gonna bait a lot of attention, probably force her fade, and whittle her down and then hook, you know? Like, she's 483 HP. Come on, man. Come on, man. It's better than that. And the worst part about it is you fail the hook, and then instead of, like, running away or, like, staying on the angle, you just walk into the middle of the enemy team. Like, I want you to look at this from a third-person perspective, because sometimes you lose context because you get too involved with, like, what's happening directly in front of you. But look at the little circles here. Look what happens. So you're on the flank, and look at what you do. So this is, like, positionally wise where we want you to be, right? Right? This is where we want you to be. Like, look at your team. McCree's a little close, but you got McCree's already here. Lucio spam here, not a lot of Lucio spam, but Pharmacy's all the way behind, and you are all the way behind on another angle. Like, this is what you want to see. This is really bad for goats, because they can't matrix bubble and spam in every direction. And all of these heroes have some form of self-sustain, with the exception of McCree, who should be playing a little safer. So this is excellent. The problem here is that you obviously ruin your pressure by wasting hook, so now your value is completely down right when it needs to be very high, but then look at what you do positionally. So it's just a diva, concerning, yeah. But look at what you do positionally. Do you see the problem now? Where's the pressure from behind? It's gone, and ironically now you are being pressured from behind. So goats should absolutely win this fight now. Absolutely. And obviously, I don't know if this fight was winnable for you guys because they used rally and beat, and that's really hard to deal with. Like, rally's just busted. But you had an opportunity to continue to pressure here and maybe get a pick. Maybe get a pick, you know? And now you're in the middle of the enemy team where it is most dangerous for you and least dangerous for them. Okay, so I do not like this. Okay, you know, actually, that's not true. The fight is happening here, so what you're doing is fine. But I like this. I do like this. So for a second, I thought the fight was going to happen here because I was misreading the... I'm going to turn off the overlay. So this is good. This is good. This is what we want to see. Now, you guys will probably lose this because they're Grav, Shatter, Dragon, Cole. Or Grav Dragon, I say. Grav Bomb. But, you know, this is if this fight is clutchable, it's clutchable through this. Get wrecked. That's great. Brilliant. Well done. That's just great. We got so much value out of these whole hogs, dude. Which is absolutely insane. Living too long, question mark? Yeah, to an extent, yeah. I don't know what your Lucy is doing. Alrighty. Again here, like, so if you guys are going to make a real push on this, then what I want you to do is not to go here. I know it's tempting, but if you're going to go here, go up and go up the high ground and like wrap around this way. You know, go push this brig or just walk around here. Again, like your contribution here is just minimal. It's just not very good. No comment? Yeah. I didn't think you would. If I was expecting a witty comeback, it would not be from you. Alrighty. Yes, 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 yes. Sweet mercy, do this. Sweet mercy. This is where Hog is absolutely flippin' terrifying. Yes, yes, yes. Don't hook, just shoot. Probably would have preferred you to go for a hook first, just because like it's a really, really powerful cooldown. You might as well throw out a hook, look for a one shot before you whole hog. So the only time I want you whole hogging before you go for a hook is when you like, I really need to whole hog now, otherwise this fight might be lost. So like, I think you guys are fine. I would definitely look for a hook pick here and then immediately whole hog, and then you'll have hook again. But it's a fine whole hog. Unfortunately, you got a little too close. I mean, most of the value of whole hog is going to be through your boop, so I don't think you need to get this close. So like right now, you're definitely too close. Don't need to do that. You've already disrupted enough as it is, so just that's it. GG's. So I do not agree with you being this close. So a couple of micro things for you have been, you know, looking for hook before whole hogging, not getting too close with whole hog. More importantly, like not rushing your hooks when the enemy team already knows where you are. Be more patient with your spam and then look for hook in more devolved fights. Only rush your hook if you're on a really cheeky flank. And then obviously the more macro thing, which has been the more positional split, don't stack, that kind of thing. Very similar to what we went over in the previous review. Okay, what happens here? Oh, come on! Dude! What did you do? Did you just bump your hook into the wall? No! Oh! To the depths of despair! Oh, bronze called. They're insulted that you are a higher rank than them. Now, chat, what do we think about Hog on this map? What do you think about Hog on this map? What do you think? So obviously, like, there's the inherent value of Hog in King of the Capture the Flag because the movement speed and stuff. But what do you guys think about Hog on this map? Because we already talked about like the horizontal, the angles, the flanks, etc. Funny environmental kills. Yeah. So like whole hog here, I think is going to be like extra valuable. But I actually don't think hog is going to be that great on this map. There's like a lot of open space, and there's not a lot of flanks. Like it's really just like one and then two, and that's it. So, I'm kind of torn because like better whole hogs, and there are some flanks. It's probably better than like control center on Lijiang, but like it's not amazing. Although the one thing with hog is like, you know, hey guys, I'm gonna stay in here and hook you off the map, ha ha ha, you know. So I mean, it's not bad to hog it up, but
3, 2, 1.
What can you do with it? Okay, so you guys are playing like goats yourself. So chat, we're playing brawl. We're playing goats. We're playing goats brawl. Smack goats brawl. Smash them in the mouth brawl. Does our hog play with a Reinhardt now that we're playing brawl? No, exactly. Yeah, no, you don't. you split, because like you're not going to do a lot in the brawl. Like you'll do something in the brawl, but you'll put more pressure for your Ryan Zarya to like go and rush and get kills if you threaten them over here. And then as your Ryan Zarya rush, you can look for picks. So it's like it's gonna be like complete chaos with your Ryan Zarya. So just like split off and guard. Because like I look at this situation here, and like I like your comp better because I think Ana and Moira is redundant, and I think the soldier like splitting off with you will get a lot of kills. Like I get a lot of, because you imagine like if you guys brawl meet here, right? And you and your soldier are sitting here, like dude, you're gonna pop. Like you're gonna absolutely pop. So I like your comp better, but please split off, please. I'm begging you. You don't have to hard split, but you need to like split around where your team is taking the fight. So like, let's see what happens here. Ah! Okay. Yeah, so this is where I would like unironically go here and do this sucker here. Like you need to watch for a hog hook, but like think about how much pressure you'll get from right here. You'll hear me say the word pressure a lot. Pressure is damage, pressure is threat, pressure is enabling somebody else to do pressure. In other words, you can, as Moira, pocket your Reinhardt, and he does a lot more pressure than he would if he didn't have Moira. So you're indirectly doing a lot of pressure. But like you look at this here, and when I say pressure, I mean like, okay, you can land shots easier, you have an easy sightline, you're not at risk here outside of hog hooking you. And think about like, as Team Blue, they see you shooting them, they're so scared, man. They're so scared. Like on the back of their mind, they're thinking, this guy's gonna hook me off the map. And that causes them to do stupid things or play inefficiently. And that's what you want. Like your job is to bait as much attention, to put out as much damage, to get as many kills. You pressure, and then like they say they all look at you, they hook you, they right click at you, they all run away, and guess what that means? There's no pressure on your Ryan, your Zarya, your Moira, your Lucia, so they just run through and kill them. So you could play here and get like a little bit of damage done and have your entire team win the fight just because you're here. This is why stats in Overwatch aren't always super accurate, like with who is playing well, because sometimes, like let's say you play in this angle here and they ignore you. You could get like all the kills in the world and get all the stats. But let's say you play this angle here and they all look at you. The Reinhardt shields you, they bubble off, the hog hooks, like tries to hook you, etc., etc. That means that your team's gonna run through here and kill all of them. And your Reinhardt will get like 1,000,000 damage and be like, dude, I'm so good. I'm flipping killing me, they can't stop me. Meanwhile, it's your little hog on the flank that actually carried the fight. Right? So you can actually carry the fight and get no stats. You could throw a hook out and it gets bubbled and you know, and you get like a 0% hook accuracy, but still win the fight because of your positioning. Yeah, so I don't want you playing here. But do you see like how hard it would be to land a hook here? Do you see how hard it would be to do damage here? Do you see how like chaotic and hard it is to see? Split off, please. Your hero is so good at it. Like again, wasted hook. You're literally just throwing like damage into a mass, and now your Ryan dies because he commits. Like he shifted, he shouldn't have done that, but still like. So much easier to get stuff done. So much of this positional stuff, the reason why I harp on it so much is not just because it's like, oh, it's a little, you play a little better, you're a little safer. It's literally you're not playing the hero right. You're not even playing hog. You're playing, I don't even know what. I would really like you to be splitting off earlier. You had time to split off here and to play from here. I would have liked this here. Like I would have loved for you to be here, for your soldier to be here, and for your team to be there. That would help your team break through this choke. Remember, you have to do something kind of silly to break a choke. Not silly, but you have to take angles to break a choke. You can't just walk through a choke and expect to not die. You being here would have relieved a lot of pressure off of that choke. Instead, you sit on main and waste a hook, and they get carried by your Lucio. And your Reinhardt still dies, you know. Alrighty. Still not learning our lesson. Like... Like, I don't have to say anything anymore. This is personified why you don't do this crap. Every trash cooldown thrown in the game is going to hit you, and you don't land yours. So... I'm not going to sound like a broken record if I can avoid it. Look what that hog is doing with this whole hog. Way more than you ever did. No comment. Allow me to release a dramatic sigh. Thank you. Appreciate y'all. We did it! We did it! We've done something! Oh my gosh! Good gosh, man. Okay, so you don't know how to play Hog. You don't know how to play Hog. If you do know how to play Hog, you're not showing it here. You're stacking with core, you're wasting cooldowns, feeding ult charge, and putting out 0 pressure. Instead of taking either hard angles or soft angles and threatening hooks that are easier to land, putting damage that is easier to land, being safer from general spam, and feeding less ult charge. You're doing your team 0 favors and you're worthless in every single possible way the last round. The previous round, you actually did more. I don't know if it was an accident or just you were paying more attention or what, where you split off more. But your macro with Hog is really, really, really bad. Really bad. Your micro needs some work as well. Maybe we could talk about how you're using your whole Hog. You know, maybe when you're hooking, being a little more patient with hooks. But your macro is really bad. And the micro is going to be really difficult to improve until the macro actually improves.